On the 30th of April 2026, the Nigeria Revenue Service officially launched Rev360, a brand new digital tax administration platform that replaces TaxProMax entirely. And in this video, we are going to walk you through everything you need to know about Rev360, what is changing, whether you need to re-register, what steps you should take right now, the key features of the new platform, and how the phased rollout works. Hello. If you have been filing your taxes in Nigeria over the past few years, you're familiar with TaxProMax, the platform where you registered, filed returns, and made payments, and also manage your tax records online. Well, everything is changing. On the 30th of April 2026, the Nigeria Revenue Service officially launched Rev360, a brand new digital tax administration platform that replaces TaxProMax entirely. So whether you're a business owner, a finance manager, a tax consultant, or simply anyone who files tax returns, this migration affects you directly. And in this video, we are going to walk you through everything you need to know about Rev360, what is changing, whether you need to re-register, what steps you should take right now, the key features of the new platform, and how the phased rollout works. Now, what is Rev360? Rev360 is the Nigeria Revenue Service's new digital tax administration ecosystem. According to the official NRS user manual, it is a modern digital tax administration ecosystem designed to simplify how taxpayers interact with the Nigeria Revenue Service. It features simplified registration, filings and payments, objections and appeals, and much more, all consolidated into a single self-service portal, which is accessible at selfservice.nrs.gov.ng. Now, what is changing under the new platform? Let's just go through them one after the other. Number one, unified self-service portal. Rev360 provides a single hub for all tax activities like registration, filing, payment, refund requests, objection and appeals. Everything happens on this one platform. Mandatory tax ID is now replacing TIN. That's number two. Rev360 now requires the use of tax ID for all system processes and filings. The older tax identification number, which is TIN, is being gradually phased out, and your tax ID is automatically generated actually from the CAC portal. So if you are registered as a company, we get your tax ID from the CAC portal. But if you are an individual, we get your tax ID from the NIMC. You can retrieve your tax ID online at taxid.nrs.gov.ng. Number three of the features of this platform is multi-currency support. Rev360 supports filing and tracking of tax history across multiple currencies like the Naira, the US dollars, Euros, British pounds, and the Chinese yuan. Number four, offline filing and Excel templates. Rev360 allows taxpayers to download structured Excel templates, complete them offline, and upload them for submission. These templates are designed in line with IFRS standards and include built-in formulas that also compute key figures like your cost of sales, your operating income, your tax adjustments, and this applies to CIT, VAT, withholding tax, stamp duties, and all other tax types. Number five, withholding tax credit reconciliation. Taxpayers can now view withholding tax credit, including VAT deducted at source, and reconcile them directly through the tax ledger on Rev360. Now, a lot of people have been asking, how do I use Rev360? And it's one of the most common questions we've been receiving. Do you need to re-register on the new platform or thereabout? Well, the answer is no if you previously registered on TaxProMax. So you don't need to register again on Rev360 if you have a TaxProMax portal or profile. Your profile will be exported or transferred or migrated from TaxProMax into the Rev360 platform. So we're talking about your tax history, your filing history, your payments, your withholding tax credit balances, your compliance records. Everything has been migrated to Rev360 automatically. So all you need to do is visit selfservice.nrs.gov.ng and choose the option that says log in with your TaxProMax credential. But if you're a new taxpayer and your entity is not registered on TaxProMax, you will need to complete a fresh registration on Rev360. And the process is fully digital, so you don't need to walk into any office. Simply visit selfservice.nrs.gov.ng, select your entity type, whether you're a company, you choose RC, if you're a business name, you choose BN, if you're an incorporated trustee, you choose IT, then enter your registration number, and the system would retrieve your details from the CAC's database automatically. You would be asked to verify via an OTP which will be sent to you, and once you verified your OTP and your business information, select the tax office you want to use, which has to be the one close to your place of business, then upload the required documents like currently what's being requested is a valid director's ID and a recent utility bill, and submit. No need for physical visit except you have special cases. Once you've registered, you should be able to log into the portal. You should have received the password. But if you do not receive a password to your Rev360 account within 24 hours, use the forget password function, and a password reset link will be sent to your registered email. And once you follow that password reset link, you'll be able to set your password and then log into the platform. Now, there are a few features of the platform that we would like to talk about, like the following. So here's what the taxpayer self-service portal on Rev360 looks like, and I'll show you a few platform features. One of the key features is the link a tax consultant feature, which allows you to invite a tax consultant into your account and give them access to file returns on your behalf. So you simply go to my profile and go to connect tax consultant and enter your tax consultant's tax ID. Your tax consultant needs to give you their tax ID. Once you put it here and you verify the status of the tax consultant, you can request a connection and your tax consultant will have access to your platform and can handle tax filings on your behalf. But your tax consultant needs to be registered with the NRS on Rev360 to actually be able to get connected into your account. Another thing you can do is to request a tax office transfer. So here, the tax office for this company is ETO Lekki, right? I can request that if I move offices, let's say the business is located in Lekki, in the Lekki axis. If let's say I move my office address to another state, another area entirely, I can request that my file should be transferred from ETO Lekki to another state by choosing the states here and choosing the tax office, relevant to the state, and then give the reason for the transfer. Maybe I change official address or something, registered address or something, whatever it is, then submit the request for a transfer and my tax office will be moved automatically. Another interesting feature is a comprehensive tax filing feature. So if you go to the home page, for instance, you would see self-tax filing. When you go to self-tax filing, you'll see all kinds of taxes, file taxes. See that these are all the taxes that you can file. You can file CIT, VAT, CGT, estimated petroleum profit tax, mineral royalty tax, all kinds of taxes really. You can see them: stamp duties, withholding tax, withholding VAT, payee, gaming, electronic money transfer. So every single tax is filed on this platform. Another important thing to also note is your asset register. On this platform, you are able to manage your assets correctly. So this is your asset manager. Here, you can actually add new assets. So normal assets, but you add your assets when you are doing your CIT filing. So you have normal assets, you have virtual assets. You can add virtual asset details here, whether it's an NFT, provide the kind of asset it is, and you create it. Same thing with normal assets. You can actually both create the assets, but you create the assets when you're doing your CIT filing, and then you can dispose of the assets from here as well. Another very interesting feature of this platform, you can handle your objections, appeals, and refunds all on this platform. For instance, Refunds Manager. If you have excess input VAT, you can request for your excess input VAT to be refunded to you. Here, you have excess input VAT. You can also claim unutilized withholding tax credit that haven't been given to you. You can actually request. But let me show an example of the input VAT refunds. You just select the assessment number. You generate an assessment number for the refund, give your reason for the refund, and attach all your purchases information here, right? All the purchase invoices that have the input VAT that you are now claiming the excess for, and then submit your application right on this portal. Also, all your objections, let's say you receive a tax assessment, you can submit your objection to the tax assessment right on this portal as well. You can also appeal, certain considerations to be made if you had any issues, everything really. You can even enable your e-invoicing feature right on this portal. You can manage your access point provider, connect your access point provider. So this is a very comprehensive platform. For payment, you can also add funds to your wallet, and from these wallets, you're able to make your tax payment as well. So log on to Rev360 today. You are able to explore all of these features that makes tax compliance very seamless. You can also access notices. If the tax authorities have notice of assessments they want to send to you, so instead of sending them to your email now or sending them to your physical office, you would usually find your notice of assessment has been dropped for you right in Rev360. So yes, let's move on to the next segment. Now, steps that businesses should take right now, what you should be doing at the moment, quickly. So whether you are an existing taxpayer or a new one, here are the practical steps you should take to prepare for this transition. First, verify your registered email address. So log into your TaxProMax account now and verify the email you have on your TaxProMax file. If it is outdated or inaccessible, you need to update it. Secondly, you need to complete all your pending filings on TaxProMax. So do not leave any outstanding returns on the old platform. File and settle any pending liabilities before you transition into Rev 360. But you can file your CIT returns on Rev 360 if you migrate early enough to the new platform. It's a lot easier. Now, download and securely store all your records. So download all your tax filings, your payment receipts, your tax clearance certificates, and every single record you have on TaxProMax, download them and keep them locally. And 4, log in and verify that your data has been migrated. So once you now have access to Rev 360, confirm that your taxpayer profile, your filing history, your payments records, your withholding tax credit notes, your TCC have been migrated correctly. All right, now let's talk about the implementation of this Rev 360. Rev 360 is not being rolled out to every taxpayer at once. The first category of people to be onboarded are the medium and emerging taxpayers. The other categories, like the large taxpayers, the government agencies, the other entities, will be onboarded gradually in subsequent phases. So during this transition period, however, just to say that TaxProMax will still be available to allow for a smooth migration of your data and users. However, the NRS has shown a clear direction that Rev 360 is the future, so all taxpayers will eventually have to fully migrate to the new platform. It is also important, to add that e-invoicing for medium and emerging taxpayers is going to increase transparency in tax compliance. So this may result in stricter compliance monitoring for businesses of all sizes. So you're advised as a taxpayer to adhere fully to the fiscalization requirement going forward. All right, so you might ask what entities are affected by this Rev 360. Every single taxpayer within the scope of federal taxes is required to register on Rev 360. And this includes companies, business names like sole proprietors, partnerships that are registered with the CAC. Now, these ones have to file every other tax except their income tax with the NRS. Also, foreign companies and vendors operating within Nigeria and outside Nigeria are all required to register on Rev 360. Tax consultants are also required, as well as tax representatives. Government agencies, ministries, departments, and agencies of government are also going to be onboarded on Rev 360. So, in simple terms, if you interact with the federal tax system in any capacity, this migration affects you. Let's talk about how TaxStream helps you navigate this transition. Our customer success team can assist you in getting onboarded on Rev 360. Like we said, it's very easy, but we can help you if you need help. And also, very interestingly, our proprietary technology system at TaxStream automatically computes your taxes and orchestrates the filing of VAT, withholding tax, and companies' income tax returns on Rev 360 with evidence of completed returns and tax payment link returned with the payment reference number to you to complete the payment process. So if you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and share with your network. And for more expert content like this, visit www.taxstream.com and subscribe to our blog to explore a full range of our resources. Thank you.